You got it, babe? Hello, hello. Huh? Oh, my sound isn't on. And I have my mic too. Actually, this time. Although I don't know if I have it turned on. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think my sound is on now. Sorry, babe. I thought I was all set up over there. Huh? I put the mic as that one. Let me get to the comments. Hey, Karen. Let me see. It says microphone is Rode Pro. There we go. I think I'm on the right mic now, baby. Can you hear me okay, Karen? Oh. We do okay with the air on in this mic, right? Or no? I think it disturbed your mic more than mine, huh?
It did. I don't have a mic anymore.
Okay. I'm very sad about that, by the way. Good evening, good evening. Okay, thank you, Karen. Hello, hello, hello. We're still getting it together, y'all. It's primarily my fault. So on TikTok, they have like DJs on there and they'll mix songs up together. And somebody mixed up the beat from like Flip Mode with one thing, and it's stuck in my head now. Only I can't listen to it because it doesn't exist in the real world. It's driving me a little bit crazy. And I don't know the lyrics to the song either, so that's a whole nother thing. But it'll be my audible stem for the rest of the week, though. I can tell. It's like really stuck in there. But good evening, you guys. If you are new here, my name is Royce Hunt Bell, and I am the owner and operator of Recycled Treasure. You also hear the voice of my husband, David Bell, who is co-owns with me, of course. And then we also have little people. So my grandson is here tonight too. So you may hear random noises because he's playing. And tomorrow we talked about it. You can play over there, okay? But not over here. Thank you. So we meet here every Sunday. Is the cooler too loud, you guys? Let me know. Not that I can do anything about it necessarily, because I love y'all, but I can't be melting over here on the floor. But let me know if you guys can hear the cooler really bad. You want to go ahead and say hi to whoever's here, babe, before we get started?
All right. On YouTube, we got Social Laser. Says happy end of May. That's only on the horizontal. If you're on the vertical, like
oh yeah. So it looks like Karen, you're on the vertical. If you would rather see it horizontal, you can come off of that one. And if you go to my channel, you'll see it streaming landscape too.
It's up to you.
It's up to you either way, whatever your preference is, but you know.
If you're on your phone, then maybe better.
It may be, but I have to remember to stay in I should put tape on my table. So.
Then on Facebook, we got Karen Moyer, Vicki Valdez Green, Fleet Brown, Chris Schmidt, LaQuisha Rollins from Idaho. I've never heard of a LaQuisha in Idaho. You may be the first. Let's see. Chris Schmidt, Wanda Johnson, Rajani Doyle, and Lisa Vancil, Avo Goldsmith Chester.
Good evening. And Vicki, I think I saw that I'm going to see you in New York, right? In July. You're going to be at Lynn's. I thought I saw your name inside the group. Okay, you guys. So I've been in my laboratory, but I'm not ready to share the results just yet. We're going to do that next week. If you're in my membership, you're probably disappointed. I know you guys. We spent yesterday in the membership doing some experimenting with products. And I'll show you guys some of our results, but I'm not prepared to actually do the experiment yet because I don't have everything I need, but I'm working on it. Today, though, we're going to finish one side of our magazine holder. Oh, I guess I'm going to need this. I have so much stuff on my table. So you guys, last week we started our magazine holder This, we use the bookish mold, right? And the 2-part casting resin to make these. And then we painted them to look like leather. My struggle right now is that I used wax. And so my options of what I can do are limited now, right? Because I can't put a transfer on top of wax. I can paint on top of Annie Sloan wax. So that's probably what we'll end up doing, is painting some details or stamping some details using paint. But I really wanted to put a transfer here. So limitations of this surface is what led to me experimenting with some different paints and waxes. I mean, paints and glazes to be able to produce the same finish. That way we have more options when we're ready to go on and layer on additional things. But let me put you guys down. Damar is having a battle with his monster and Sonic, so you guys may hear the results of said battle.
Grandma showed him the Sonic movie, so.
Oh, I know, huh? Well, I couldn't stand to watch another YouTube video, so I figured if we watched a movie together that, you know, it would be better. So I'm going to show you guys the results. I was trying to remember what we're doing. I may use this mold today. I haven't decided yet, so we'll see. And both of these are the new IOD molds. And I always forget to load up my affiliate links. So I'm going to put links up after the video's over where you guys can find the things I'm using tonight. So this was the result of kind of our experimentation yesterday. It's just using paint and glazes to be able to make like different, because I think we all like different kinds of leather, right? Not everybody, because I always prefer like this camel looking leather, but I know some people like the darker leathers as well. And so we were just experimenting with different products to see what kind of finishes we could create. And so next week, let me put all these aside where I can find them all, because that's actually a project. Next week, we'll be playing with some texture medium and some embossing with some stamps, and then some leather look painting technique. But today we are going to be doing some decoupage. So last week, when we talked about how to treat this, we were looking at different papers we could use. So like we're looking at this, right? And this is essentially 2 different books. I think I'm going to paint this one green, or this one, I'm going to go through and paint this green rather than red, so it can look like an entirely different book. And then we're going to use the texture finish on the other side. But on this side today, we're going to use decoupage to finish. And we've already painted this white. And this is just a regular magazine organizer that I scored at the thrift store. We voted on 2 different decoupage papers last week. We looked at either using the MAP decoupage paper, which is this one. But the one that most of you guys voted for, which I kind of agree.
Hey, Grandma.
Yes.
Grandpa's playing a game.
Grandpa's playing a game? Oh, he's ratting you out, baby.
I know. There's been no comments, or the comments are frozen.
Oh.
The last one I have is Lisa Vanson. So.
Oh, I see other comments, babe.
I know. There you go. Looking forward to seeing you again, Vicky Valdez Green.
Oh, yeah, I'll see her in New York.
Yeah. Sorry I missed the meeting yesterday. Sound wasn't working. That was Chris Schmidt.
Oh, sorry,
Now
Chris. Okay.
It had been nothing.
I saw you pop off, Chris. I thought maybe you had plans. You had things to do. But I think that this side of the tapestry, the tattered tapestry, which is one of my favorite papers, especially for fall and Christmas. This is one side, and then this is the other side. I was thinking that this side would be perfect for today's project, though. So we're going to decoupage, and then I also have pulled out the new transfer from IOD, Gilded Athenium. I don't even know how you're supposed to say that. Athenium? That's what I'm saying. Athenium transfer. Because it's kind of like what you would see on the front of books, right? Look at that. So pretty. I was thinking this one maybe. But I don't know, because technically we're missing a big chunk of our book, right? Because of the way this is made. if it was fully squared, it would be a whole book. So this isn't really the whole thing, but I think we can work around that. So I'm thinking if I put the paper on like this, then kind of we have this natural border here on the edge of the paper. Yeah, but I think that's going to be really pretty. So let's get this decoupaged on, and then we'll figure out how to lay out the transfers so that everything makes sense. I kind of want to put a little mold or something on here because I'm going to be using this in my bookshelf. And so if it's going in my bookshelf, right, like this, and I'm pulling it in and out to take my magazines out, I don't want to have a ton of friction on the sides. So if I put like a little mold or something on here, then that'll create some space so that I don't have that constant friction on my surface, is what I'm thinking. So hey Jerry, how are you? You know what, Lisa, I agree. This paper does not get enough love. I love it so much. But alas, I am alone. We're just going to cut out because we're not going to need more than half. So let's trim this, and then I can decide exactly how we're going to lay it down. I am so excited. When I go to New York, so I've taught like how to mix your colors in person, but it's always been really quickly because it's like a really high level review, just enough information so people can be successful mixing their colors. But in New York, I get to teach a full class, you guys, and I am so excited. I have experiments already planned out, so you guys won't be sitting and listening to like me lecture, right? It's going to be super fun. We'll be doing multiple experiments, and I cannot wait. That will be in July. And the event in Tennessee was canceled, so I won't get to go to Tennessee. I'm sad. But maybe another time. See, how pretty is that going to be? So what I'm going to do is go along. I still have a lot of extra paper here. I like to run my finger along the edge because it scores the paper. And then I know exactly where I need to trim, so I don't have to guess. When I trim, though, I'm not going to trim perfectly. I'm going to leave myself about, I don't know, anywhere from 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch, just in case I need to make adjustments after I've trimmed my paper. Are you going to be quiet tonight, babe?
No.
Usually you ask a provoking question.
I have no idea if anything's actually moving.
See,
So,
Jerry even said, where is David?
Yeah, and I really got to yell over the air.
You can turn the air off, baby.
No,
I'm fine now. I was dancing, you guys.
No.
Oh, you?
I want the air off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the only thing is what Johnny Doyle says, that's exciting. I will say this, remember, if you decide to put a name on your books, the name has to be horizontal.
Yeah.
Not vertical.
Yes.
Well, most people would look at that space and go vertical.
Oh.
But remember, you're mimicking a book.
Oh, yeah. So you want it to go horizontal. So the good thing is when they made these, they made like transfers and stuff to kind of go with them. So like these pieces here, you'll notice I have some that are they're both ways. So I might put it sideways, babe. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to name my book yet. I wish I had a stencil. I meant to make a stencil before tonight, but I did not. So this is my life, you guys. I go through, like my creative energy is like really cyclical. And I always hit the wall at like day 28 or so. And then I just don't do anything. David loves it because that's generally when I'll like cook dinner or something. But then the days after that, though, my mind goes faster than I can even up. And that's kind of where I am right now. So I am like juggling all kinds of things. I don't even know. I don't know how my husband deals with this. It's madness. And I gotta tell you guys, I love the fact that when we come on live, that you guys are talking to each other, because that means that like I've built a real community, and that you guys don't just look forward to seeing me, but you look forward to seeing each other. I love it. But so, babe, we got finished watching that documentary about the Beatles. So, are you gonna buy the thing so you can watch it?
What's the what? Documentary about what?
The Beatles.
Am I gonna buy?
Wasn't there like a remastered?
Oh, the remastered's on Disney Plus. If I want to see the original, I'd have to get the DVDs off of like eBay.
Oh,
Nah, I'm good.
is it expensive on eBay or no?
I don't know. I saw it when it was first on.
Oh, it's the same one. I thought it was a new one. How do you guys feel about them using AI to like remaster old classics? I'm misting my paper, you guys, so that it will pre-stretch. The reason I mist my paper is so that the fibers in the paper will start to expand, and then that way, when it comes into contact with my decoupage medium, it'll already be expanded. So I won't have to worry about it doing that while I'm decoupaging, which means I'm less likely to have wrinkles. So I often get the question on my reels as to what I'm misting, and it's literally just water. And then why I'm misting is so I can expand those paper fibers. And you guys see I'm kind of taking my time, right? And letting those fibers expand before I start decoupaging. And for today, I'm going to be using the Pint Art Decoupage Varnishing Glue to decoupage this down. I'm sorry, baby. Carry on. I asked you a question and then I interrupted you.
No, that's okay. I don't have anything I'm excited about right now.
You don't have anything?
I mean, the White Sox are doing well for them.
Is it safe for people to talk about the games tonight?
I haven't seen it.
So is that a no?
Because we don't have the baseball package, nor do I want the baseball package. There's
Not at that price.
Screen that we don't need to pay for.
I know.
I'll just wait for the highlights. So my Facebook feed gives me White Sox updates.
Oh. So you already see them?
As a rule, I do. I just haven't looked at Facebook today.
Now, the crazy thing is I can watch a whole game on the highlights. That's exciting. But to watch a real baseball game, I just cannot do it.
I'm disappointed in the Stanley Cup.
What happened with the Stanley Cup?
Oh, it's crummy American teams that won.
Crummy American teams.
Las Vegas, and they've actually gone to the Cup a lot lately. But look, if I still lived in Havasu, I'd be happy there's a Vegas team.
Mm-hmm.
Because I hated going to Phoenix for hockey.
Yeah.
I'd go to Las Vegas. Plus, my mom lived there. So
Yeah.
I had a place to stay. And Carolina. I don't care. Hockey's over.
Tell us how you really feel, baby. So you guys see me. One of the questions I get a lot is, do you have to spray the back of the paper or can you spray the front? And the answer is, it depends. This specific paper has a lot. It has a lot of ink on it, right? Because this is like a really dense design. And so your water will absorb into the paper faster and more evenly if you spray the back of the paper. You can spray the front. You just have to be a little bit more patient because it has to get through all of the ink first and then get to the paper. So it may take a little longer. So you can do it either way. Just be aware that if you spray on the front of a paper that has like a really saturated design, it may take a little longer for the water to saturate the paper.
Kathleen O'Brien Hubis, what is this silly banana baseball? I saw a quick ad for it. The Savannah Bananas were old players who wanted to play the major leagues, but didn't make it. They can play. So now they're like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball.
Oh, that sounds fun. No?
If you don't like baseball, it's absolutely fun.
Oh, are you a purist, babe?
I would rather watch a baseball game.
Oh. See, I'm like, oh, of course I don't dislike baseball, but I'm not like a baseball fan. Did you like the Harlem Globetrotters?
I liked them when I was a kid.
I was going to say, we got to go see them when I was a kid. It was fun.
I went to see them when I turned 14, and on that day, I got measles.
Oh, did that ruin it for you forever? I had a little bubble under there, so I had to lift up my paper and let that air out. But that is it. That is going to be so good. Let's dry this, and then we'll trim it. I like to dry my paper before I trim because I feel like I get a much cleaner trim when I dry it first. If I go in with my sander now, I risk the paper tearing, right, instead of like cutting clean. So we're going to dry this really quickly.
Jerry Peter says, leave the classic songs alone. They don't need improvement.
Some of them, though, you can't hear them well. Like some, especially for the Beatles, there were some studio songs where it wasn't recorded well, or we were noticing that some of them were recorded. So some of the songs or some of the videos were recordings of TV. What was it, baby? You explained it to me. The TV cameras made the sound different. Like if they recorded it off of a TV show and it didn't go through like
Sound was always a secondary thought.
Yeah.
In the 60s.
But remember we were talking about how some of the songs they remastered and some of them they didn't. And you said some of them were because they came off from TV shows. And so the recordings.
That's for the anthology, yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about for the remastering.
Oh, I thought you were just talking about the songs themselves.
Oh, no. For the anthology specifically.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's video, they really can't AI it. They can try, but it's not good. But if it's film, they can remaster it. You can clean film.
But not from the TV stuff.
You can't clean video.
Oh, even the sound?
The sound you can do a little bit, but not a ton.
But not a ton. Hey, Rajani, how are you? Rajani's asking, does the saturation of paper affect the amount of glue? Not so much. If it's like a really densely saturated design, the paper will feel like it's a little heavier, but I feel like you can use the same glue as you would use on, say, a lighter design. Like, I don't think it's enough to impact the glue that much. Now, you guys, I have a lot of rice paper here, and I'm going to start integrating more rice paper into my tutorials because how can I be the decoupage queen if I don't know how to use other products? So Megan has been sending me a lot of decoupage papers, a lot of decoupage queen papers. So you guys will start seeing me use those more. Yes, this is a tattered tapestry paper. One side is red and gold like this, and the other side is a brighter red and it's green. When I made this, I was really thinking about the holidays. This was part of last year's fall release. And I feel like it'd be beautiful for anything that you're doing for fall and Christmas, although it's not specifically a holiday design, right? I think we're dry enough to trim. Whenever I have like a design like this, so if curve and it's going externally like that, it's not a big deal. But if you have a curve going internally like this, sometimes you can see that there's a buildup of texture here. So I'm going to snip that to release some of that tension so that when I trim my paper, I don't end up with like a weird tear along the edge. Or if you find that tension, like sometimes if this was a deeper curve, your paper would even start lifting up on the edges because it's essentially being pulled up, right? You can snip it like this and that'll alleviate some of that tension too. So you don't have to deal with that. And I realized I was sanding my gesso yesterday, and I think I took my sander in the house. But I have a little finger sander here.
Made on Maple Lane says the ticket for the Savannah Bananas is very expensive.
It seems like it's more like entertainment and not like a game. I'm going to show you guys something that I've been doing because I'm impatient. So I've always taught you guys to go straight down when you sand, right? So that you don't like lift up the paper or it doesn't get tweaked when you're sanding. But sometimes when I'm sanding, I'm impatient. So I'll take it, like I'll start here on the bottom and I'll still go down, but I'll run it along the edge of the paper like that. So I'm going to go like this, right? So that I can cover more area in one swipe, you know, rather than having to just go straight down in one area and only do one area at a time. So if you guys see me going sideways, I'm still only going down as far as my sanding. I'm just kind of moving across the paper as I go down so that I can cover more area at one time. See, isn't that look so rich? And it goes perfectly with these spines.
Johnny Doyle says, love working with mulberry paper or ink paint.
And see, historically, I have not enjoyed the fibers on the mulberry paper, but I'm going to be open. I'm going to be open to learning and trying new things. And I think that all of the different substrates probably have like pluses and minuses. So I'm excited to figure out, because like I've always taught one of the ways to make your paper more opaque is like paint the back using the plastic method, but I didn't know that the mulberry is more open, and so the white paint will bleed through to the front of the paper. But I do think that mulberry paper is more appropriate to use for like fabric projects than the tissue paper. So, you know, I think it's like anything else. There's like pluses and minuses to each substrate. So you guys know how I learn and teach to figure all that stuff out. So I'll be in my laboratory a lot over the next few months. So, and I feel like that's a really nice natural edge to this. I'm going to show you guys up close. You see how, I'll show you this side. Sometimes when you sand, see how I ended up with that kind of white, where I've sanded the ink right off of the top of the paper, and so it looks a little white. So I'll show you guys how I deal with that. I am going to take a little bit of, usually I would use ink, but I think I'm going to use, this is a burnt umber. So the inks that I have are all like black, and then I have stone gray, and those are really cool colors, right? They're cooler, and everything on here is really warm. And I just feel like that's going to look weird. So I'm going to use some acrylic ink. This is just some burnt umber. And I'm going to go around the edges with this burnt umber to stain them. They won't, you know, have the same design as the paper, but I won't have that white that's really standing out from everything else that's on here. I wish I had a new thingy. And we sent out, you guys, we packed up, I think 90% of the prizes from my contest went out on Thursday. I still have, I think, 3 or 4 more boxes that need to go out, but I sent quite a few of these out in the what did I call them? The surprise boxes or the mystery boxes. And then I still need to email Megan so that you guys can get the mystery boxes from Pentart.
Lee says that's the way I learned to sand cut the paper. Lisa Bansell asks, is the mulberry paper more like the feel of a dryer sheet? Chris Schmidt says yes, it is.
I think the dryer sheet paper, though, that everybody's thinking about is Prima has their decoupage substrate isn't, I don't know what it is, but it's my understanding that it feels a lot like a dryer sheet. The mulberry feels like paper. I have some right here. Let me look. This was from the last release from Decoupage Queen. And you guys know I love bugs, so I can't wait to use these on something. But it doesn't feel like a dryer sheet to me. I don't know, it's rice paper. But this one is the mulberry paper. You can still see the fibers, but they're not super thick though. I'm excited to start experimenting with this substrate. I just haven't. So I need to get with the times. But you guys see how just adding that ink got rid of any of that white along the edge, and it just makes it look a lot better. And if I wanted, I could exaggerate that, because you guys know that I'm in for a good halo, but I will not. I'm just gonna go in and just get rid of any of that bright white. And sometimes it's the white, your substrate that might be showing through.
Could I ask, if you wouldn't mind, if you're watching on Facebook, share, as well as leave a comment. It really does help. And if you're on YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. All of that helps the channel.
Thank you, thank you. I know I need to start putting up edited videos. All the things, you guys, that we have to like be good at. I mean, I'm pretty good at editing videos, but it's time. And look at that. Isn't that a nice transition from there to there? So we'll leave this side red because I think it goes really well with this, but I want to repaint this green. And then I want to go through and put some gilding on here too. So I'm going to dry this a little bit more, and then we'll go back to the spine and we'll work on those a little bit more. And then we'll come back to the paper. The thing about transfers is you really want to make sure that your paper is completely dry before you try to apply a transfer. Otherwise, it may not work well. So if you've tried to put a transfer over your decoupage and you weren't successful, likely the issue was that there was still moisture under your paper. So even though this is dry to the touch, I'm working on unfinished wood. So I know that wood absorbed a lot of the moisture, and if it's still there, it still could impact how my transfer adheres to the paper. Are all the journals out? You know what, Catherine? I was going to message you. I'm glad you asked me. I've sent you 2 emails. If you look in your email box, if you do a search by, I wish I could message on YouTube. Catherine, do me a favor. Send me an email at help@roycycle.com so I can get you taken care of. Because I've sent a couple of emails out because I had a few orders. What had happened was I should not be programming my own Shopify site, but you guys really wanted the journals, and so I tried to do it myself. So the first group of journals that were ordered did not have shipping added to them. So I sent out emails with an adjusted invoice to include shipping. But I know how it is. If you have an email system that's like filtering my email to junk, then you may have not seen them. But if you email me at help@roycycle.com, I can get you taken care of so we can get your order out. Because yours is one of the ones I have sitting by my computer at the warehouse. I saw it. Yes, making your own paper, Johnny, but it can be fun. I know it's fun for some people. I tried it. We all have patience for different things. But, and it's crazy because I do enjoy making my own, how do you say, como se dice, like my own paper mache clay, which is kind of a similar process of making your own paper. But it just doesn't bring me as much joy. I don't know why. So let me straighten out my lids because I've got this backwards. That's orange gold. So I have my Posh pigments here. These are pigments from Posh, and it's just really fine. I love Posh because their pigments are just ground up so fine. And so I can just take a little bit of this and mix it with my sealer, like any kind of water-based sealer, or You know what? I'm going to put it on my varnish and glue and see what happens. And you don't need a lot. Like I always mix up more than I need. So this jar is small, but it lasts you forever because you just don't need a lot. But I'm essentially going to make some metallic paint using these two products. And then we're going to go in and we're going to gild some of this stuff so we can start bringing some life into this back part, because I feel like we have it painted, but we need to add some more to these. And I can't just add transfers because I waxed first. I'm super sad about that. I think I'll be okay painting them because this wax has been curing for like a week. But I'm not going to be able to bring in the transfers. I don't believe they'll stick. And that's going to dry really quickly. So I do like the body of that with the metallic though. I don't know why I don't have one single knife out here. Oh, I do. I have one right here. I want to use this because when I use my finger, I keep touching the red part and I don't want to do that. So if I use this because it's flat, I'm less likely to do that. My fingers are pudgy, so they'll like smush down to the other surface. But just adding a little metallic to these ridges, just to me, breathes so much life into this, right? Have you guys got the bookish mold yet? I have so many ideas for it. I'll be sharing another project with you guys next week using this mold and some other molds. I think I'll use my finger for this part though. Stop what? Yeah, Michelle, because my fingers, they'll just smush around. I'll end up with gold paint where I don't want it. I do like finger painting my projects though. There's something about having that contact, right? How pretty. Oh, look at that. I just love it so much. I have my friends sending me videos about other people who sing everything, or they have like a song come to their mind when somebody says something. I got it bad, y'all. And yes, Usher's song just came to my mind right when I said that. See how every time I use my finger, I end up getting paint somewhere where I don't want it. Even when I'm being careful. I did it again. But I can't help it. See what a big difference that metallic made? Oh, I love it so much. I'm going to do this side, but I want to paint this green first. And I'm looking for like another spot. Maybe it'll be just here. So that way our books aren't like exactly the same, right? They're a little bit different. And what am I going to use to paint it green? I'm going to use a trick.
All right, let's see. I'm playing catch up because stuff's just appearing way after you said stuff.
Oh.
Catherine Rakowski says shipping has been paid. Laurel Wilson says stop.
I know. I don't know what she meant when she said stop.
Michelle Bass says good idea using the knife. And she also said mine too.
I do have a bunch of stuff like ready to ship out tomorrow. And then I don't know if I have any. I have a couple of people that need to be shipping Anyways, I'm almost caught up. I'm so happy. I've been behind for what seems like a month, but we're getting caught up. I'm going to need a little bit of blue in that black. That black must not be as blue as I thought it would be. Generally, when you're mixing colors, although that's kind of, I'm going to put just a little bit of blue. Your black is probably not a black. It's probably a really, really dark blue or a really, really dark purple. And so you can mix yellow in it to make like a really nice neutral green. But mine turned more of a gray, so it might be a really dark purple. I just didn't want a bright green. I need a bright yellow, and I don't have one. Ooh, I do have one.
Ari Sanchez is watching.
Hey, Ari Nana. Ooh, that's a pretty green.
Is Tiana watching?
So at Lynn's camp, I'm going to be teaching how to mix your colors. And you guys, I really have never had an opportunity like the one that Megan is giving me to be able to really teach everything in one sitting. And not in a way that's like academic, but like really hands-on, doing experiments so that you can learn how to mix any color that you want legitimately at any given moment, or how you can understand color enough so that you can, sometimes you have a color and it's like almost right, but it's not right. So with the tools I'm going to give you guys, you'll be able to shift any color to the color that you want. Am I on the, okay, I am. So I wanted a green, but I didn't want it to be like a bright green, right? This could probably be a little bit deeper, but it's okay. I'll do a second coat. And then next week on the second half of our magazine holder is when we're going to do our experiment with texture. I've been on Pinterest, which we all know is always dangerous, right? And on Pinterest, there are so many leather-bound books where the leather is embossed. And so that's what I want to replicate next week using some texture, is that embossed leather-bound book. And then we'll do that with the texture, and then we will paint it to look like leather using paint and what's the word I'm looking for, baby? Glazes instead of wax. So that way it leaves it open for you to be able to layer more on top of that.
Lisa Mansell says they remind her of her dad's law books.
Exactly, Lisa. That's what I'm going for.
Angie Champagne is here.
Hey, Angie.
Is Angie going to New York? I mean, she's in New York, but I mean, she going to...
I don't know. I didn't see her in a group. Are you going to Lynn's, Angie?
Not like New York is like all around the corner from each other.
I know.
But
it's a lot closer than coming to Arizona. Yeah. I know that the retreat is sold out already, but if you're in New York and you want to come to the class the day before the retreat, that's still open. I think. I probably should have checked with Megan before I said that. So I'm going to dry that really quickly. And should we add some more? I think we need some metallic on this side too. What do you guys think? Should I use the same metallic? I think I'll add a little bit of copper in here. So the pale gold is my favorite gold. It's beautiful. But I think this, just so we can have some variation, I'm going to add a little bit of copper in the gold so that the gold for this will look a little bit different. Let me dry this first really quickly. Oh, they've sold out our. I wish I had my links ready. Have you seen Megan? She's not here, is she? It's Sunday. She's off. I'm fired. I have affiliate links for you guys to get the bookish molds. Oh, Angie, I'm sorry. I should have. I thought I made the announcement, but I guess I didn't. And it was already sold out by the time I said it. I could have sworn I said it before then, though. So that's the pale gold, and then this one is copper. So I'm going to add a little bit of copper here. Y'all see how big of a mess I am, right? Let me clean that. I'm going to add some copper to the mix just so we can get a little bit different. I love the copper from Posh, but it's a little pink. And so I'm always adding it to the gold to make it look more like the copper that I want. Or even like the orange gold too will make it closer to the copper that I see in my mind when I say the word copper. Ooh, 2 book boxes. Or even like I have a cigar box that I want to use it on. Like the idea of having like hidden storage. You can hide stuff in there. It'll just look like a stack of books. Or it'll look like a stack of books that you're using for a riser, but really you can open it, right? And you have like your secret stash of I don't know what. Although you guys know for me, I'll probably just forget what's in there. Because if it's hidden, I just cannot see it. It's bothering me that I don't have green up here. So I'm going to just make up a place to be green. My brain wants it to be not necessarily symmetrical, but like balanced. And it's not even a lot of green. It's just, it felt bottom heavy to only have green in that one place. And so for those of you who were not here last week, I had to piece together. So the bookish mold itself isn't tall enough to do this whole thing, right? So this is actually, the bookish mold ends here. And then I had to add on this piece. And then for this one, the bookish mold, I think I ended up cutting it off here. And then we added on this piece top. So even though the mold wasn't tall enough, I was still able to make 2 books by adding pieces. But doesn't that look better, having just a little bit of green at the top? I think so. And this is probably that color we saw on YouTube. What did he call it? The ugliest color in the world?
Yes.
It was like a split pea.
Olive drab.
Olive drab. I like olive drab. That's basically what I've made here, which I think is funny. But if this book was old, right, my green wouldn't be like super bright. It would be a little drabby. So let me mix my metallic before it dries out. I think it's still going to look gold. It'll look just a little different from its neighbor. Let's see.
I'm just giving an update, so I don't know if you've already addressed this stuff. Lou, developer Stevens, my store sold out of bookish 3 times, waiting for the next order. Very popular. Michelle Best, how long is the class?
The class is technically 3 hours, Damar. What is it?
My tongue hurts.
Did you bite your tongue?
Battery's eating ice.
Oh. It's technically 3 hours, but it includes lunch. So probably 2 hours of instruction, which is why I'm excited, because I really haven't had an opportunity to be able to teach like a complete class. I'm going to be able to do for this one. And the experiments that I have for you guys,
I can't do it.
I'm essentially, you guys are going to be my guinea pigs. So I am, after a year of being super passionate about this, I figured out ways to be able to teach it so that it like makes sense right away. I don't know if it's a little bit different, not a lot, but just a little.
Lee said Ken suggested entering that spot.
Oh, to this
I'm
spot up
assuming you've
here.
already done it.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so it can be balanced. See, you husbands are hanging out with us because now you guys are starting to get.
Oh, I got the Funyuns and now that funky smell.
I love the smell of Funyuns.
I'm going to breathe it in your ear.
This is true. Oh man, it's fine. I'll touch up those areas where I keep getting gold. It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. One of the ladies made me the most gorgeous journal for the retreat, and I laughed so hard because I turned to the back page, and it says it's fine, and even if it's not fine, it's fine. I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, I must say that a lot. Do I say that a lot, you guys?
Jerry Peters says, would be a good wedding gift if boxes were made that say, the book of us or this is us.
Ooh. You know what, too? Like, yes, that would be so gorgeous. And then you guys know how with our electronic devices, like it's so easy to go to an event and come home with like 1,000 photos, right, from one event. But if you could get them printed out and put in books, and then you could put those books inside of here, that would be gorgeous. Gorgeous. I think the gilding just makes it look so much better. And of course, you could use gold leaf too, but you're going to have little fleckies all over the place. Oh, what should I put in here? Now it's wax, so I can't put a transfer in there. And I don't have a stencil that small, I don't think. But I could stamp something. Let's see. I'm gonna try to move fast. Oh, Lord. Ooh, this one. This one was made to go with the bookish. You guys can see like it's a whole bunch of like library-esque stamps. First edition, 1978. I don't know. Let me see. My paint's probably gonna dry out before I get this done, but it's okay. We'll just make some more. This is way too fun. I could probably keep adding to this too, way after. You guys, I'm working on an art piece right now, and I'm not the best at knowing when to stop. So I've added a whole nother layer that requires me to keep going. And now I'm nervous that I'm gonna go too far. So you guys don't let me go too far on this book, okay? Ooh, this one says poems right there. And it looks like it's scaled for this. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Lisa says you're going to make mixing quick. Blue DeVelder Stevens by Tasha on Amazon.
You can buy Posh on Amazon? Really?
Yeah. Chris, can you try transfer to see what happens? She's had success doing it.
On wax?
Um,
I'll try it later. I don't want to try it on this piece.
Chris Schmidt says, yes, you say that frequency, waiting for a t-shirt with that. Catherine Lekowski says, stamp timber.
Yeah, so I'm going to do this stamp, and I'm just conditioning it really quickly because this is the first time I'm using it. So I'm just sanding it super quick. And this is, oh, that's an 80 grit. That probably wasn't the best decision. When you guys sand your stamps, try to use like a 200. I mean, don't use like an 80 grit because you don't want to scratch your stamp. Although this one probably isn't 80 anymore because I've used it a bunch of times. So I'm going to add some ink to this. I mean, some, not ink. I'm going to add some paint to this. I don't want to dip it in there though, because I think I'll end up with too much paint. And it's not really big enough for a brayer. I would do a brayer, but like, do I want to dirty up a brayer just for this little bit of paint? Oh yeah, don't push those buttons because you guys will get me in trouble. I'm going to live dangerously. We'll see what happens. And it doesn't need to be perfect, right? Because this is an old book. I'm nervous. A lot of paint right there. I don't want that glob. We're almost done, Papa. I'm about out of time, you guys. The grandbaby is about done with us. Okay, so I have that covered. Pray for me. Should a book go this way? It should, because it's already done. And the cool thing is if I don't like it, I can just paint over it, right? And start over again, which would be kind of a pain, but it wouldn't be the end of the world.
I'm not used to Ari watching and not typing.
Oh, I know, huh?
So we get good
Oh,
at that.
it's not like super, I don't know. I'm having mixed emotions. I'm going to let it dry. You guys see what I mean? Like it's there, but it's not really like, maybe the gold wasn't the best choice because this is kind of the same color. I probably needed something with a little bit more contrast. You know what? I'm going to wipe this off before it dries. And we're going to try the green. That's a good thing about working over wax. Is it did wipe off fairly easily. Okay, let's try the green paint.
Lisa says, what are those stamps called? I would like those and the letters with the X stamp.
This is a Connoisseur's Library. This one. There's a lot of really pretty stuff in here.
Pullman's the perfect fit.
Right? I just need to... I'm not set up to stamp right. I should have my brayer out. You guys, using your brayer in conjunction with your stamps really does increase your success rate. Like, I don't even know. If you tried stamping before and you haven't been successful, using a brayer really does increase your odds. But I don't have a brayer out here. And I'm trying to use paint that probably isn't. I'm going to stop because I'm on it. So I'll come back to this stamp when I'm better set up to stamp because I don't have enough paint out and I'm going to make a mistake and I'm going to be sad. So I'm going to stop. Let's go back to the front. Just touching up where I got gold where I didn't want it. So this is our size for now. Next week when I'm set up, we'll stamp something here. And we'll also stamp something in these other places too because we have a lot of opportunities. But let's figure out, we've done a lot of gold on the back, so I feel like I need to, this is the Athenium. I don't know, is that what you call it? But there's some, I love these gilded transfers so much. I was so happy when IOD started making these. And like everything, the more they do it, the better they get. So this is the transfers. Let's see. And again, this is our book, right? Is this whole square? So our center would be like right here, but it wouldn't be completely centered, if that makes sense. Or do we care? Should we just like, because I hate to not use a whole thing, but at the same time, let's flip and see what we want to do. And there's silver ones too, which I don't want to use silver. I definitely want to use gold. This is too beautiful. I would have to sacrifice a lot of that for this project, and I'm just not willing to do that. I love y'all, but I'm not going to do that. The same thing with this one. So I think I'm going to go back to that smaller one. Ooh, this makes me think of what I want to do with the embossed leather that we're going to make next week with the... I am actually going to sacrifice this one. It's smaller than the other ones. So I don't have to sacrifice a ton. Yes, Lisa, we are still on for Monday. Those of you who are my insiders, you should have gotten an email today. Thank you for reminding me, Lisa, because I thought it would be fun for us to do, I don't want to call them prompts necessarily. A lot of times when I'm journaling, I'm thinking about other things than what I'm journaling about. And I have been working a lot on controlling my thought life. So much of what we think about is on like autopilot, and we end up contemplating and focusing on things that do not breathe life into our lives. And we do it unconsciously, right? We don't even think about it, but we still have to deal with the results of those thoughts. And so I thought it would be fun if we started kind of adding some contemplations to our journal process. So last week, I just asked a question. And this is a question I'm asking myself too, y'all, is what layer have you been trying to skip? Is it the messy middle? For me, yes. The learning curve, yes. The uncertainty, the vulnerability. And then what would happen if you allowed it to be part of the process instead of the evidence that you're failing? And so the fact that I did my journal page last week and I didn't care for it, I thought was ironic, given this was my contemplation. And so I sent you guys out a new contemplation in the email today. So you guys should have that. And I think this one is going to be kind of perfect because I can still put it right here and it'll make sense. And we'll only lose like a little bit of it, like right here. So I'm going to go ahead and we are going to use this transfer to finish off the side of our box. And then I also want to, what time is it? It's already 6:03, huh? I also want to add a little mold here on the bottom, like a little label, just so that I don't have to worry about there being a lot of friction directly on my surface. So if I'm pulling it in and out of my books, this little mold here will create like a little bit of space so that I don't have as much friction on all the work that we've done to make it pretty, right? I think it's straight. I know somebody's looking at it and going, Royce, that is not straight, and I'm driving them crazy. I'm sorry. I'm going to trim this because I will use this little bit for something else. So I'm going to put it back on the backing paper.
Lisa says, are you still on for Monday?
Yes.
Christine Marie says the colors are stunning. Blue Stevens, so pretty. Lisa says, don't sacrifice. Ari says, doing my Sunday rest and listening to this.
Oh, okay. I like it.
With a 2-year-old.
Well, as best as she can, I'm sure. I'm looking and analyzing and making sure that I've dried this enough. I think we're okay. This one's kind of a little bit fiddly, so I'm going to take my time because there's a lot of little pieces. Although, again, if it's not perfect, it's supposed to be an old book, right? So even if it's not perfect, it'll still be pretty. And how many of us have, I have, who was that? I think it was Lisa. You were saying this reminds you of your dad's old law books. I have old law books in one of my shelves. I bought them because I love them, not because I practice law, but they are beautiful. And I have a lot of older books that I've bought over the years, some of which I probably paid too much for, but they were leather and they were gorgeous, so I bought them. But now we can like make our own. And if you think about I think that's why I'm so excited about this texture. I've always done my leather look on fabric, but my mind is now shifted to doing it on like surfaces that are not leather. And so it does require me to pivot a little bit, but I'm super excited about the prospect of it. And if we can, like I want to do next week, not if, I know we can do it. It's just a matter of how to increase the odds of you guys being successful. That's what I'll be doing this week in my laboratory. Then it's going to be fabulous for everybody. Use your words. I don't understand that. Wait, I think he lost something because what happened? Oh, we're almost done, Papa. Jamar is not appreciating all my stuff I have in my workshop. Although if you're local, I'm going to be selling a lot of stuff because I need to make room for a lot of plans I have for Royce cycles coming up in the near future. And so we were supposed to have a yard sale last weekend, but Royce just could not get her stuff together. And yes, I just spoke about myself in the third person. I know. I just could not get it together. Sometimes I just hit a wall and I just have nothing left to give. You guys ever watch the Cosbys when Claire Huxtable was like, I have nothing else. I have nothing left to give. That was me last week. And I know the metallic transfers are a little different, but they are worth the learning curve, I promise. These are so beautiful. Oh, look at that. Ah, can you guys see that? How pretty is that? It looks a lot prettier. I wish I could. It really does stand up really well to the busyness of the back. That is so pretty. I cannot wait until we add. See, that's why I need to be able to put a transfer here. I wonder if, I'm not gonna try because I just wiped that and that paint wiped right off. Where is my transfer? Did you see where I put that transfer? Oh. I don't know how I lose stuff that's right in front of me, y'all. if I use this, I won't be able to get it back. But I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to try. And if it fails, I'll be sad because I will have wasted this transfer. But then you guys will know not to do it. Oh, but I didn't like the gold on here, did I? It's too late. You guys are supposed to stop me from doing stuff like this. You're supposed to say, no, Royce, don't do it. Although sometimes you do, and then I don't see it until like I go back. Like when we did the one little girl with the butterfly wings and I trimmed off her leaves, I was laughing because when I went back, you guys are like, no, don't cut the wings. But it was too late.
Angie says looks good. Lisa says lovely. Karen Moyer pretty. Joni Ray beautiful.
Okay. It transferred on there, you guys.
Still like it sideways. I'm a book purist.
Oh, I know. I didn't think about it, babe. And even though you told me.
I know, I get it.
And I am going to put, let's see.
I get it. You just don't know what I have to offer.
That's what it is. There's no crying and crafting, baby.
Oh, yes, there is. I've seen it.
I hope that's straight. It doesn't look like it is, but these books were handcrafted. Whenever I'm going through like digital files of really old books and old documents, because I spend so much time doing that, it's absolute insanity. I'm always amazed at what people were able to do, like by hand. Ooh, put a date right there. I feel like I need some kind of flourish or something on there. See, this could get dangerous. I could be here all day doing this. Although David's giving me the side eye, like not really, but what do you think, babe? You think it's Butamus? Does it look like something out of an old, like, do you guys smell cigars and leather when you look at this? That's the smell of my brand, by the way. Wise Owl has a salve called tobacco flower. That is the smell of my brand, is that salve. And when I say cigars, I mean like before they're lit are the smell that I like. I don't think I have anything to add on top of that makes sense. Or that's not going to detract. I'm going to leave it alone before I go too far. I could put Burns right there. I'm going to put that right there. And then I'm going to leave it alone. For real, for real. And I still have this one though, huh? It's too wide for that other one. This is way too much fun. And can you guys imagine? There are stamps and then you have the transfers. And does the paint inlay have anything for the books? Because that could be like a whole nother rabbit hole. 。 Bye, Joni.
No.
Cognac. Oh, yeah. So you guys, the leather look that I'm working on, I really do have different tones. You said cognac, Lisa, and that made me think of one of the looks. It does look more like cognac. One's like more of an orangey leather. One's like a camel leather. It's a little lighter. One is just like a really dark brown leather. Like they're all different. So I can just imagine being able to make a whole library of leather books. Oh, so good. I need something on these, although I don't know about that part. I don't know what I'm going to put now, though. Let's save this one for stamps. We'll do stamps next week because I don't want to do all transfers. But I am happy that I was able to transfer. So I waxed these last week, but these transfers are going down really well without any problem. So that's good to know. Who suggested I do that? Look at that. Oh, I love it. And then this is the front of it. So next week we'll put a label here on the bottom, and the label is fine so that I don't have a ton of friction on here. I'm going to seal this again too, right over the oh, do I want to seal it? I might mess up my metallic finish. I'm going to think about that one. I'll have an answer by next week, but we'll put a label here on the bottom using one of the molds to create some space so this doesn't get ruined. And then for this book, next week, we're going to do the texture, and we're going to use our stamps to emboss it, and then we're going to paint it using paint and glazes to create a leather look. So be sure and come back next week. I'll have some samples for you guys to look at. We'll vote on which kind of leather we want to put on our book. And we are going to play around. I have saran wrap, I think, in the process. It's going to be super fun. So that is all I have for tonight so far. I am loving this. This is way too much fun. And something raised. Yes, Lisa, I'm going to put a mold here, right? So it can be raised up. So that way it'll create space so that when I'm putting it in and out of my books, this won't have friction every single time. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. This was so much fun. Remember, I'll be live tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we'll be doing our mixed media mashup game. It's Mad Scientist Monday. I literally have no idea what's going to be happening. And what I've been doing is anytime I pull 4 sticks out of the can, I have not been putting them back in. So now I've kind of upped the ante on my challenge. Every time I pull out 4, it'll be completely 4 new sticks that I haven't done before. So last week's page wasn't my favorite, but I still learned a lot. And so tomorrow we'll be doing a new page inside the journal. And then I think the next week we'll do a mixed media project on a different surface other than the journal, just to mix things up a little bit. But tomorrow we'll be using the Royce Cycle journal. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. I hope you guys have a blessed week. You guys remember, where experimentation goes, creativity follows. Please, please, please make room in your creative practice to play, to experiment, and just to ask yourself what might happen. You guys have a blessed week, and we'll see you next time.